month.
Millions of dollars are supposed to happen. This is what's supposed to happen. And so I wasn't shocked because Melissa has it to do it. And that's never been a question. It was a celebration. It was an amazing feeling. And the thing is also, there's so much generosity with the celebrations. It's not just like, hey, I did this. There's this open invitation of like, we've done this and here's what's happening and can you believe it? And so it felt like I was a part of it, which felt so refreshing and so beautiful, because a lot of times when clients hit a certain milestone, that's usually the part where they start going, I did this. And in Melissa's case, it was the immediate we did this, and involving the people who were a part of it, which I thought was so Melissa.
It's possible for me, it's easy for me to see that because I've seen how I can go from $30,000 a year to $30,000 a month. And then I can also see in the Alpha Femme group with Melanie Ann Layer. She went from working in her car, she actually charged $100 an hour. I was at 33. She went from charging, $100 an hour. I just bought an hour to talk to her for $3,333, which was the same amount of money I was not hesitant, but scared to spend with Christine, but I knew I wanted to make that purchase. Now that purchase for me feels like nothing. If $7,000 is pennies, $3,000 is less than pennies. And of course I would pay that to be able to speak with Melanie Ann Layer, who was so, even though she doesn't know me or know my journey or anything like that, her having that Facebook group of inspiring 1 million people to $1 million, teaching us how to be in the energetics of our life, how to show up how we want to show up. In her Facebook group of multiple people, multiple women expressing that they've been able to make, $100,000 months, $100,000 days. I see that the evidence is more than possible that this is possible for me.
What's most important for me in it's being possible for me to talk about this is very rare that I'll have an opportunity to talk about a client and watching them succeed and what that looks like and what that means. And so this is a really great opportunity. And I hope that very little of me shows up in this documentary. I hope a lot, like not much of me or my story makes it, because it really doesn't matter. And I feel like this is the big thing when someone has an achievement like this. A lot of times people are trying to figure out like, how did she do it and who helped her and why is she there? And the fact is, the only reason I'm a part of this is because she was wise enough to choose me. That's the only reason. She had a feeling, she thought, that's my person. I can hear her words. I can be directed by this. I can get behind this. I won't lose myself in this. And so it was her decision and the way that she utilized the coaching. It was her decision and the way she stayed true to herself that led her here. I have no real part in it. I just have a collaboration, a co-creation, a shoulder-to-shoulder walk with this human being who literally just had a person to walk with. And I think that's the beauty of this industry, is it isn't about who makes you or who breaks you and why is the reason that you're successful. It's like, where can you use your intuition to choose a person that's not going to make you feel like you need to compete, and that's also not going to make you feel like you're in their shadow, and that's not going to make you feel like they're an authority over you, that you're supposed to learn or listen to what they have to say instead of listening to your own self. Like she really utilized the coaching in the most powerful way. I always felt she was leading her life, knowing herself and knowing, what was right for her. It never felt like she was hanging on every word, needing to fix something. It was always from the sharpest, most solid self-knowing place. And so what I love about this is it's not just a testimony to her and her extraordinary breakthrough, but it's a testimony to what it's like when people walk shoulder to shoulder. My win in this is that one of my clients celebrates $1 million, and that's just one of 1 million that I believe if we can do that, we're going to change a paradigm on earth. Like, that's my win. Her win is her whole life changes. We both gain to win in this. And it's just walking together and trusting each other. You're a part of my mission and I'm a part of yours. And there is no, when I succeed at my vision, whatever that is, it'll be because of 1 million people who led themselves shoulder to shoulder with me. And so I just hope that really comes through in this. Like I did this really not to be featured in anything, but more so to shine light on how important it is for people to choose mentors because they see themselves clearly. You don't get clouded by someone else where you think you should be a little more like them. You don't take on their way. You can keep your way. You value them with all of your heart, but you value you and you don't lose yourself in the process. And that's what I love so much about Melissa and what she's done, is that I feel her. I did not see a copy of me emerge. I did not see a person who tried to flatter me or try to get on my good side. I saw a person who did the freaking work, and I admire her, and I think she is a rock star. I think her child is a genius for having chosen her. I think her partner is in incredible hands, and I see her future as just absolutely spectacular if she just keeps doing exactly what she's doing. A lot of people have gone through my work. Not everyone does what she did. She is the one. The only reason I'm a part of her story is because she was wise enough to make me a part of her story.
So I have literally no doubt. It's just a matter of when at this point that I will make multiple millions in a month. And honestly, I want to get up to billions. If Elon can do it, I can do it. If Jeff Bezos can do it, I can do it. Everyone in the world who has accomplished something is evidence that I can simply accomplish that thing. There's no comparison. There's no competition. If you can, I can. And that was one of the biggest beliefs that I instilled and that I said very early on. If they can, I can. Kylie Jenner, I don't know much about her story. I don't really follow the Kardashian thing. I just know people were madly upset that she made, $1 billion or something on lip gloss or something. I don't know. I'm like, well, if she can, I can.
I'm just so proud of women when things like this happen. It's like, this is progress for us. Women who walk shoulder to shoulder and high five at the top. It's not lonely at the top, and nobody makes you. This is when women collaborate, and this was a beautiful execution of those dynamics, and I'm really proud of both of us.
I use people's evidence that is possible for me, and I want to do the same for other people, which is why we're doing what we're doing, why we're talking on film. There's power in seeing someone else do it. I came from a teaching background where I should have just made 40, lucky to make 50,000 a year job. And now it's like, that is a normal amount of money for me to make in a month. That's half the amount of money I make in a month. If I can do it, you can do it. If Jeff Bezos can do it, I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. We can all do it. We just have to have the belief that we can, the conviction that we can, and express ourselves the way we want to be. When you show up as your unique light, that's when it happens. So I want my light to shine so bright that I can make 50,000 a month, 60,000 a month, 100,000 a month, $1 million a month, to be evidence that you too can do the same thing. And that's why I'm here. That's what I'm doing this for. I'm not filming myself and documenting all of this for a pat on my back. This is, look what I did. You can do it too. That's what this is all about. Okay. Okay. I don't have any regrets because everything that I have done has led me to be who I am today. And I love who I am today. So even the awful things, even going to boarding school, even all of that stuff, it shaped me to be who I am. It allows me to relate to people. There are so many people who will reach out to me and say, I'm so grateful that you shared your story because my story is, XYZ. And because you said that, it helps me know and believe that I can experience something better than what I've experienced. And I'm all about that. I want people to love their life. I am a person who is in love with my life. And my journey to $1 million was loving my life, loving who I am, loving what I enjoyed, loving how I wanted to express myself. And it was the journey of loving myself, the journey of becoming myself instead of these beliefs, instead of these programs that allowed me to land on $1 million.
Melissa is a very interesting woman. She doesn't take a lot. You're wondering if she's taking enough and she turns it into gold. I've often wondered, is she good? Do I need to be giving her more? And then on the last call we had together, it blew my mind how much she had taken in and how much she learned from what I was saying and the conversations that we had, and how much of her growth is so deeply aligned with everything that I believe in. And we were talking about everything from the beginning of her life up until recent achievements. And what I really take away from this woman, why she really blows my mind so much, is that she has not changed anything about who she is in order to get to where she is now. She didn't pretend to be anything different. She didn't change anything to look like she'd done something. It really is. She is the most genuine, real person inside out. From the minute I met her to now, I can just say I've never felt a change in her other than a certainty in herself. an acceptance, a love, a certainty in who she is, and an unapologetic invitation for other people to claim themselves as she has. But I've seen no pretending. I never saw her trying to belong or fit in or do most of the things a lot of people do on this journey. She just took what she needed and she turned it into gold. And that last call I had with her a few months ago, I will never forget. It took my breath away.